Hey there everybody, it is Wednesday, March 30th, and it is time for my sketchbook review. You guys are seeing this, so my NCLEX is officially over. I've already gotten my results and everything. I actually got them yesterday morning, and I am officially an RN. I passed my test and I did really good. So, well, I don't know how I did. They don't give you like results, they just pass or fail. And that's what the NCLEX is, but I was out in 75 questions, so I have to assume I did relatively well. So yeah, anyway, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it was totally bad. It was like one of the hardest things I've ever had to do because I was so scared to go in. But that probably helped out. Like, my anxiety does this thing where it basically shuts me down. I don't have like an issue or a problem or anything like that. I'm not like diagnosed with anxiety disorder, but how I operate when I am anxious is basically emotionally I shut down quite a bit and my brain takes over, and in that case that probably helped me out more because the questions themselves were I don't know, everyone says that they were super hard, but like the way I was looking at them, like, these are kind of too easy, and I felt like I was in trouble. I honestly felt like I failed because they were too easy of questions. But I don't know, I passed anyway, so whatever. But afterwards I kind of had a little bit of a breakdown because I thought I failed, and I cried. Well, internally. I didn't externally cry. But Aaron came home and he gave me a $25 Visa check card thingy-mabobber. And I tried to repurchase the test, because if you failed you can repurchase the test a couple hours after you take it, but if you pass, and it's not 100% foolproof, but if you pass it'll stop you from doing it. So I was trying to do it and it stopped me, and I was like, oh, that's a really good sign. But I didn't expect to have my results until today, which is Wednesday, and I was getting ready for work yesterday, and I was like, well, I'm gonna pull up the website on my phone just in case they get them to me this afternoon. And I pulled up the website to see my licensure number, and I was just going to have it loaded and ready on my phone so I could just refresh at work. And it actually showed my license number and everything, and it said my license type was registered nurse and everything. So I officially passed, and that's how I know. Yay! And I'll get my license, the actual physical copy of my license, in the mail sometime next week, hopefully. So I'll have to frame that and then keep the little one on me and stuff. But yeah, I only took like an hour and maybe 15 minutes to do the test, which is about right because you're supposed to take about a minute per question if you're doing it right. But I know some of them I took longer than a minute on because I had to stop and reread them. But yeah, but I really want to thank you guys. Like, I got so much support from you guys. It was amazing. I mean, I honestly, I can't say, oh, my family and people didn't support me, because they didn't know. I didn't tell anybody I was going to take my test. But like, you guys totally understood, and like everyone was really encouraging and said very nice words and wished me luck and everything. And you guys don't know how much I appreciated that, because you guys are kind of in place of my family. Not because I dislike my family or anything, but because like that added pressure of the people you know and living with and who really are counting on you to pass, knowing that you're going to take the test and everything. It's like I couldn't deal with that kind of added stress on top of what I was already doing. And like, yeah, so I got the support I needed, and I did really well, and I'm very happy, and I'm so grateful, and you guys are just so great. So yeah, there's all that. Like, I was thinking about that the entire time after my test. I'm like, what if I failed and I failed all of my YouTube subscribers too who wished me luck? And I was like, no, I'm a terrible person. But yeah, those were my thoughts. Like, it was ridiculous. It really was ridiculous. But when you've had well, it's been more than 2 years, because I had to wait on the waiting list for 2 years. We're talking almost 5 years, guys. I waited 5 years for this, and I gave up so much that, and like, people have no idea how much I've actually given up. They don't care to know. They look at, oh, well, she went to school and paid money and blah blah blah. I was like, no, you don't understand the things I had to give up. Not even the people in my life understand the things I had to give up, and they don't know the sacrifices I've made the entire way. And I don't expect them to, because I don't tell them. And there's a reason I don't tell them, because it's my burden to bear. But yeah, so like it was so much, and like it's been kind of an emotional couple days. Like, I'm riding super high on everything, but I'm also writing a little bit low because I've had a few people respond in ways that have not been kind or good. And like, they're more like, oh, well, you should have passed, or I expected you to pass, and stuff like that. And it's like, no, that's not what I need to hear. I mean, yeah, you're like, well, you're smart, so why wouldn't you have passed? It's like, you don't understand. That's not what this is about. It's like, there are plenty of incredibly smart people, incredibly talented nurses who do not pass their NCLEX on the first time. There are plenty of people who don't even make it through the program because they mentally, physically, and emotionally can't handle the things that they have to do. Or there's just too much going on in their life. So, like, to say, oh, I expected you to, is kind of like saying, well, you didn't have it as hard as everyone else, or something like that. That's kind of how it comes across as. And it's like, no, you don't understand the things I literally had to do. Literally walking into this program, which was actually 2 days ago today. I was looking on Facebook, and 2 years ago today was when I started my first hospital clinical. So, I mean, yay. But anyway, so it's done. It's over with. I passed. So a new chapter of my life is going to be starting. I am in my pharmaceutical tech job right now, and it's still going really awesome, and everybody there is really cool. But I'm going to have to start poking around for nursing jobs, because I should try to get into the field that I actually went to school for. But a pharmaceutical tech job is not bad either, because it's going to help me. So I'm, you know, in the meantime, I've at least got a job, and that counts. But anyway, 7 minutes in. So I got 2 sketchbooks this week. Let's go ahead and get into that. My contest is still going on too, guys. Not contest, it's a giveaway. Stop saying that. My giveaway is still going on. It's got one more day. I'm hoping to get this video up before midnight, so then you guys will still have a chance to enter if you haven't. It's US only, and I apologize for that like a million times. I'm so sorry. There aren't that many entries, actually. So, I mean, if we have low entry numbers, we have low entry numbers. I'm still going to do my giveaway on April 1st. I was going to think about maybe doing another giveaway to celebrate my NCLEX pass, but I think I'm going to hold off on that until my 10,000. So it's just going to be a bigger giveaway at my 10,000, because I feel very generous and I want to do something nice for people. But I'm not going to say what it is yet because I have to wait. Anyway, so alright, so while we were out, because we were in the capital city, we were in Lansing. I'm just gonna say it. I don't care. We were in Lansing, and we don't really get to go very often, and there's this place called Mitchell's Fish Market that we go to, and they have like the 7-layer carrot cake, and Aaron was going to take me to lunch for that. Not just the carrot cake, we actually had real food too, but that's where we went. But while we were out, he had to go to Walmart real quick, and I was like shaking, nervous, so he told me to go over to the sketching stuff because he knows that that's my thing. And while I was over there, I saw a 5.5 by 8.5 Canson mixed media sketchbook, and the smallest one I have is a 7 by 10. So I was like, oh, and he's like, all right, get it. He's like, you just took your NCLEX, you can have whatever you want. So I was like, yeah. So I got it. I was gonna get watercolor paper, but I went and did that anyway. Actually, I'll show you guys. We'll do a little mini haul here too. It's like a one object haul though. I can get it out. But this, I believe, is the paper that Joy-san recommended. I was looking for straight up watercolor paper, but it's not. They don't have just straight up watercolor paper, so it's this heavyweight paper that they sell at Target, but it actually has watercolor paper texture to it. So, and it's 140 pound, which is, I know, the poundage that she uses for her practice watercolor paper. So I grabbed this up because I need to practice my watercolors. I want to get better at them, and yeah, so mini haul, 2 things. Anyway, so I started using this like the second I got home. I did a live stream, and the first thing I did in it was Judy Hopps. Well, my take on Judy Hopps doesn't really look like her, but I have a hard time with cartoon bunnies for some reason. But I also make their heads too small and like their bodies too proportioned to their head, because like cartoon animals are supposed to have like smaller body proportions per head size. But whatever. I did this in Copics, but I need to actually stop using my Copics because I don't have any refills, and the darker grays especially, because I've been using them for the bats and harp and stars. I don't have any refills for any of those, and it's getting to the point where like I'm running into problems where I'm running out of ink. And I have to wait for the production to start back up before I can order more, so I need to start using them sparingly. It's another reason why I want to get into watercolor, and another reason why I want to start using my color pencils more. But the second thing I did was a fan art of Marinette and Chat Noir. Yeah. Blondes are difficult, so I had to pull out my color pencils anyway. I like Miraculous Ladybug, and I want to do so much fan art for it, but the problem I'm running into is like there's so many good artists already doing it. It's like artists like me kind of get pushed off to the side when the big names are involved with stuff. So I mean, I'm still gonna do it. I finally have time to sit down and study the characters and do all that good fun stuff that I need to, and this is something I plan to do more of. But part of me is like, I don't want to because there's already so many good people, but I could be a good people too, so whatever. And then another project I've got in the works, this is just kind of a sketch of it. I actually have to put this in digitally because I need to make a bunch of, like, I got arrows, like he needs to be taller, Thornton needs to be taller, Armand needs to be taller, Lawrence needs to be smaller. But I want to go through, and I've been watching the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde production. Not the one with flippin', it's Rob Davis, I think. But not the one with David Hasselhoff, because oh my god, he's such an ugly man. I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but honestly, I did not like him in that production, and like his singing was just Rob Davis, I believe that is his name. He did a fantastic job, and I much prefer that version. But I want to take the Harp and Stars cast that we've got going over at the roleplay, and I want to start tossing them into the scenes from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And since Armand is very Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with his alter self of Jack, then I was like, yeah, he's going to be perfect for Dr. Jekyll. I mean, the whole character was based on that. And Thornton, of course, is going to get in there. He's whatever. And Lawrence, I thought, would make a perfect Simon. And then I'm going to have Piper be... her name is Lisa, but they used another name in the Rob Davis version. But yeah, I'm gonna have Piper as her, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have Cherry as Lucy, but I might find somebody else for that, just so it's not all my characters. But yeah, that's gonna be this sketchbook. I much prefer this size. It's perfect. I love it. And then let's get into this. And it's gonna be a long sketchbook review. I apologize for this, guys, but it's been a couple weeks. So I was kind of working on concepts of Cherry as a Dullahan girl. Oh, my bright's a little light. My light's a little bright. Let me see if I can tame that a bit. Oh, but now you can see everything underneath of it. Man. Anyway, whatever. So I was working on concepts of Cherry as a Dullahan girl, so I was just kind of doodling her out. And then these are my math notes from my studying. This was a concept that me and Al had been talking about of Cherry ultimately decides that she needs to be a Dullahan girl, and so she joins up, but she's not happy about it because obviously that's not what she wants to do with her life, but she's doing it to take care of her family. And like her first night or whatever, she's not working. She just kind of gets drunk, and Lestrange just happens to be there, and he's getting drunk too because whatever, he's drinking. And they get talking, and they pretty much strike up a little bit of a friendship under the same understanding that they're both doing things that they don't necessarily want to do to take care of their families. And she makes some offhanded comment, well, you know, even though your taste in women sucks, you know, you're still, you know, you're all right, Finnegan. And he's like, yeah, I know it does. Look at who I'm drinking with. And she actually, like, sarcasm to that degree, even if it's directed at her, is actually, she likes that. So they have like 10 minutes of furious makeout, and then they both pass out because they're drinking, so whatever. That was the thought. Anyway, so then there was a roleplay going on, and it had Kay's character Donovan in it, and Piper is wiping, he was hauling flour for the bakery, and he came over all covered in flour, and Piper was kind of laughing at him a bit and wiping his face off because, yeah, he's all floury. It was cute. Piper's so motherly sometimes, even to full-grown adults. Now, I don't have Donovan's character down yet, so just oh, did I missed a sketch on this previous page. Yeah, little Piper and a little bat child. Ooh, that's cute. Then I was just working on some Piper, a little daydream Piper. And then this was an idea I was having of Piper being, because from Can Piper, I had this idea of her being like a dancer or something like that in the bar. And then that's how she meets Lizraine, and he's like constantly there, constantly hitting on her while she's on stage, and at some point she's just going to be like, do you mind? And he's going to be like, if you date me, I'll stop or something like that. I don't know. My little brain worms. Working on Jasper concepts. Working on body types. I don't know, I was doodling. Working on more body types. And then Duck Piper. I was working on putting her in curls and stuff like that for the pirate roleplay that was going on, even though she's not a part of it anymore. And I was doing a little bit more Duck Piper over here. This is from Bring on the Men, which it wasn't in the production that I saw, and it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's on their soundtrack, but it wasn't in the production, and I'm not sure if they just picked and chose which airing of the production was shown in. But Lucy does sing that song, Bring on the Men, and I love, like, I don't know what one it was, but I loved the outfit that she was wearing for, I forget what song she was singing. Oh my god. I like the song that she was singing for, okay, alright, I can't even think of it, for the one that I saw. So I took that outfit and I put Piper in it, but at the same time, I was like, I wasn't thinking about that song, I was thinking about the Bring on the Men song, so. But that actually is way, way more suited for Cherry than Piper. Piper is just not like that at all. I was doodling some more Piper from my version of Piper over in my story that I haven't written out or done anything for in a very long time. She's more urchin-like and more covered up, like, kind of, I don't know. And then I was developing another character to bring in for that story, because she's going to need somebody to sort of pull her into the life that I'm going to be getting her into, and I think this character is going to be it. I don't have a name for her or anything yet, so I'm still developing her. And then I was developing like this stuck-up sort of snobby guy, and I just kind of gave up on it. And I was like doing Piper versus him, like kind of a size thing, but then I realized, no, that's not going to work. She's way too small. But that's still a really, really cute Piper, so whatever. And then somebody showed me the Disney Screen Caps website that I didn't know existed. So I was like, oh yeah. So I was looking up a bunch of references for Basil, and I was doodling Basil expressions, and I was having a ton of fun with it. Like I got angry Basil, I got one eye open Basil, I don't know. Then I got happy Basil, then I have like a contemplating Basil, whatever. And more notes from my setting. And then I was doing a picture of Cherry, and I was thinking about if she, like, I had this whole thing set up in my mind where she breaks into the Bloodworth estate and she's trying to steal from Thornton, and he catches up with her at some point, and because he's like super into fencing and stuff like that, and that's how he like apprehends her, is like he gets a sword and he's like, all right, let's do this. And she's like looking around, she grabs a sword and she's like, all right, bring it, old man. And like she totally gets into it because, I don't know, she's a masochist, so she doesn't mind pain. And yeah. These were all ideas I had of developing a tattoo, because I've officially, now that I've done it, now I'm going to do it. I want to get a tattoo of the nursing symbol on my back. I can't think of what it's called. It starts with a C. It's like Cancus or something like that. But I want to get that tattooed on my back somewhere, or on my hip, but I'd prefer my back. But I don't know 100% where, but first things first is I want to develop a actual tattoo. So I was just kind of doodling some ideas while I was taking a break from studying. And then this is going to be in a future video on how I color Piper with Copics. And it's just going to be her head, so it's easier. Piper versus Emmy. This is actually, we were joking around on Harp and Stars forum, and it was Kay, and she was talking about how when she's drawing Piper and Emmy, it's always like who has the biggest, you know, most booish eyes. And I was like, oh, sweet. So I got this idea of a pout off between Emmy and Piper, because they're both like little sweethearts and stuff like that. In my opinion, Piper would win, but Emmy, because Emmy has a temper. Piper doesn't. She has a temper, but it takes so much to get that temper out of it. I mean, Emmy has smacked people. She has smacked this girl right here, and do you think it went over well? Heck no, it didn't go over well. Emmy, what were you thinking? Cherry is just always looking for a fight. You gave it to her. But no, this was a really cute image. I really liked it. This was more from the Bring On the Men. Like, I'm obsessed with that song. I can't even, it's so good. So I tossed Piper into a corset and like little lingerie things. And it feels so wrong to do that to Piper. Whereas like with Cherry, it's like she lives like that. And then I looked up the term for what she actually is. Like, people call it masochism, but there's an actual term for it that I algolasia, yeah. And yeah, so that's Cherry, whatever. But Cherry just fits the profile more, and Piper's just like, I don't know, she has to force it. This is supposed to be a doodle of Piper and Edwing, and she's like pulling his hair back or something like that. I don't know. She's like playing with his hair because his hair is supposed to be curly or something like that. I don't know. This is Cherry and Jasper. This is a little chibi Cherry jamming out over here because I just wanted to draw a chibi Cherry. And this is Piper and Edwing napping. And it's cute. It's so cute. Look at those two. They're so cute together. I like them. These are just notes from studying. There was this idea of having Piper be a maid for Edwing when he was injured and stuff like that. Now, jokingly, I did draw her in a French maid outfit already, but it was very inappropriate French maid outfit. It was meant to be inappropriate. But this one is much more appropriate, so she looks a lot more like an actual maid instead of, you know, just a sex symbol. So yeah, Piper as a actual maid, and then I got her over here fussing over Edwing before a performance or something. She's like trying to fix up his tie or something, but that's not how back clothes work, and of course I forgot about that as I was drawing it, so don't kill me, but yeah, that's not how back clothes work. But she looks really good. Garbon and Cherry after she's a Dullahan girl, and this is pretty much how it sums up the relationship, is she fools around with him before she becomes a Dullahan girl because she likes him and he's not going to say no. But afterwards, you know, he's all grumbly because he doesn't want to pay for it, and she's technically supposed to charge, so whatever, but they still probably get together. I drew a picture of them kissing over here, and he's like biting on her bottom lip and stuff. He's ferocious, and that's why she likes it. And I was drawing wet cherry. And more notes, look at that. And I drew a wet cherry over here. Walking in the rain. Oh man, I don't know where we got. Oh, we got a little while. Then I drew a picture of 1940s Emmy, but her legs are like way over here because I started putting my head down as I was drawing and I didn't compensate. But yeah, I could take that into Photoshop and fix that pretty easily. But it doesn't even really look 1940-ish. It looks more like, I don't know. I'd have to work on it. This one I love. And the stupid glare. This picture just, I love it. It turned out so well. I might actually have to do this one, scan it and finish it because it turned out really well. Just Cherry being Cherry, basically. And then I got a little Piper over here looking all cute and innocent. She has a delicious hand, by the way. Then I did a doodle of Piper and the adopted little bat child, who I've decided is going to be based on Honduras white bats. So he's got like a little yellow nose. He's going to have like little curly yellow ears. And he's just going to be adorable. But he's going to be a handful because he's going to be like a little spiteful towards her because A, she's not a bat, and B, she's not his real mom. And I've dealt with kids who've been through foster and adoption and things like that. And typically the younger they are, I want to say the younger they are, the harder they adjust. And then there's like this period in between where they're not as difficult. They just kind of accept it. But then when they get into their late teens or they're like, you know, 13, 14, 15 years old, that's when they start getting that attitude again. So he's in the younger bracket of that. And Piper, she has a lot of patience and she has a lot of love, but even she can get tired sometimes. But in this case, like he was fitting with her all day, and she just grabs him up and holds him, and we're gonna take a nap together, kid. And that's basically what she does, because he needed one too and she needed one, and so they did. And I imagine that Edwin would come home and see them like this, and he'd be like, oh, they had a rough day, and then like sing them lullabies, because that's my headcanon and you guys can't take it from me. And then I was drawing Piper in a fancy big butt dress. I call them big butt dresses. I don't, it's just a bustle, like they bustle up the dress, but I call them big butt dresses anyway, so there. And I was trying to figure out her design actually for the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde project I want to do, so yeah. And this is the last one. This is Piper bandaging up Donovan. He hasn't been injured or anything like that, but I just imagine that at some point it could happen. It could happen. And I don't know who... Oh! I remember this was going to be Armand and Piper, and it was going to be from the scene where they were singing... Oh, God, what's this song? I can't remember the song. But, Take Me As I Am. And he was holding her, and she was singing to him and telling him, you know, I know what you're like, I know what you are, and it's like, I still love you, blah, blah, blah. And it was just like, the pose was so sweet, but I realized he's way too close. But then I realized, oh, no, we could tuck the head behind it, and it could be like he's like just leaning in to put his forehead against hers or something like that. And I got really, really excited, but then I had to go to bed because I was doodling this last night, actually, and I was exhausted. Like, everything just hit me all at once, like everything that's happened over the past couple of days. Like, I went to bed early. It was like 9:30 or something like that, and I didn't get up until like 9 o'clock this morning, so I basically slept for 12 hours straight. I mean, I got up to go to the bathroom in the night, but that was it. But yeah. And that is it, you guys. That's 2 weeks, basically, of anxiety sketches, notes for my stuff. I did do a couple colored works. I will be doing more, I promise. I'm going to try and get the Piper coloring video going by Friday. But I can't guarantee anything because I have to work tomorrow, and I don't know how bad it's going to be. And I have to work all day Friday. But my goal is to maybe do some recording this afternoon, this evening, or tomorrow morning before I go to work. But we will see. But yes, that's it for this week. Again, thank you everybody for your well wishes. It turned out good. I passed. I'm super excited and super grateful and super everything. My giveaway is still going on. If you haven't entered, go enter, you guys. There's 1 day left. And there's not that many entries, so your odds are pretty good. I've actually been picking up little odds and ends here to add into the prize packs, so whatever, but you know, you guys should go enter. Go enter! And the Avatar of the Last Airbender. Oh, yeah, I'll tease you guys with that. How's that sound? Yeah. Okay. It did come. So look. Brand new. Still in the plastic. I haven't even opened it or touched it or anything. It is completely untouched by man. Look at it. So this is for the first prize winner, you know. You're gonna get an Avatar The Last Airbender art book. Yeah. And then the sketchbook and everything else. So yes, you guys, go enter. Go enter. Alright, that's it. If you guys liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. Comment below. Thank you again, everybody. I'm still looking for ideas for videos to do. So if you guys have any ideas of things you'd like to see other than anatomy videos, because I'm not going to do anatomy videos because I really can't do anatomy very well, then yeah, just go ahead and pop those below and I'll take a look at them. I read everybody's comments, so it's all good. But yeah, thanks for everything, you know, and I will see you guys in next week's sketchbook review.